Big Pharma is great for emergency situations when you need it, but, as far as managing pain long term and stuff like that, we've got better alternatives. And I want you all to know that, not just for ourselves, but for our animals too.
Welcome to Season 6 of the Cannabis Truth Podcast, where we speak the language of cannabis freely and uncensored while educating our audience on safe use of this live plant therapy. You should know what's in your cannabis, what's good and what's not, because cannabis does not come with an FDA stamp of approval, yet. The information you will find here comes straight from scientists and clinicians, doing the work and reporting their findings in reputable outlets. Hopefully, we can inspire you to research the facts as we know them today. Cannabis is an amazing alternative in health remedies, with the potential to alleviate typical disease problems and troubling side effects, even those caused by synthetic prescriptions. Here now is the host of the Cannabis Truth Podcast. She is a 21st century cannabis shaman, not a doctor, not a scientist. Raised by nuns and wolves in the verdant cattle pastures of the Oklahoma oil fields, here to amplify the truth of this great big story of cannabis in historical, political, scientific, and spiritual terms, so you can make educated decisions about the medicine you choose to ingest. Please welcome Honey Smith Walls.
Well, I can see that this idea may not work too well, but there you are. Sorry, I've got the phone kind of collywompered, and I'm trying to do a little segment out here for you out at my outdoor office. Hi, y'all. I'm so happy to be with you this week. I'm out at my, like I said, my dog park office, and it's so beautiful out here at Stony Creek in Shelby Township, Michigan. It's just gorgeous out here. Let me give you a little peek. Look, so not only do I have that beautiful woods right behind me, there's Millie and Precious and Teddy Bear, and there's Paco. Not too many people here. It's still kind of early in the morning for all the people, and on a weekday too. So that's why I love coming out here, because it's just a few people and we really get to just, I can work out here. It's lovely. The dogs can run. We meet new people. Just met a guy whose poor puppy has some real hip issues, and he's 10 years old, a little silky, and the guy was just waltzing him all over this great big old park, and that poor puppy is just limping and yimping along. And finally I said, "Oh, he looks like he's in a lot of pain." "Yeah, he might be. I never thought of that." "Yeah, well, you ever thought about giving him a little CBD for all that pain?" "Oh, I heard about it, but I don't know anything about it." "Oh, okay, well, I'm an educator and blah, 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 blah." You know how it goes. Maybe you don't, but that's how the conversation usually starts for me. And Precious, I'd like to be able to put the phone down, but hang on a second. Let me get situated so I don't make my video producer seasick. Thanks, Craig. I hope you all have the pleasure of working with a fabulous team in your business if you're entrepreneurs. It just makes all the difference in the world to love the people that you're working with, because they get you, you're inspired by them, they're inspired by you. It's so much fun to do business. It feels so valuable and worthwhile, and the connections are just amazing. So many wonderful things have happened as a result of me finding a video producer, Craig Warmblood, and he's just wonderful. If you ever need help in that department, hit me up. I'm happy to pass on his number and info to you. Precious, I just moved so that I could have your sweet little nose out of the way. So what I really wanted to talk to you about today was just helping yourself feel better by taking your own healthcare back into your own hands. And that's not easy for a lot of us to do, especially as elders. And if you're a little bit more mature and you've been doing the doctor dance for some time for this, that, or the other, you understand what I mean, because you're already suffering the negative side effects from polypharmacy. You get it. You get it. You get a lot of it. You get a lot of nausea. You get a lot of IBS. You get a lot of constipation. You get a lot of sleepless nights. You get a lot of brain fog. You get a lot of feeling so weirded out, like you're not yourself, and will you ever be yourself again? And now the anxiety comes. Maybe depression is right on its heels. There are so many negative aspects about living on so many prescriptions for so many years. And that's what happened to me, basically, because every single freaking time I stubbed my toe or got a splinter, I'd run to the doctor and let the doctor tell me I stubbed my toe and got a splinter. And here, take this prescription for it for 10 days. And if you don't feel better, then, come back, I'll give you more. Candyman, the Candyman can. Oh, yeah. Anyway, any of you remember that old tune from Sammy Davis Jr.? Oh, my Lord, he was so wonderful. Little black Jewish guy. God, he was adorable. Anyway, he was part of the Rat Pack. Don't want to get off on that, but Jesus, the people who influence you, musically or philosophically or otherwise, and he was a real influencer in my life in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Anyway, I have new influencers now. Influencers, really I call them mentors, who have helped me level up as a woman and understand that I have way more power over myself than anybody else does, and that I can absolutely claim that power and design my own life, make my own choices, decide for myself. Because I have a brain, I have a mind in the brain, and I can learn. And with high technology, there's just no reason why you can't level up about your own body now. So that's what I spend my time doing. And I want you to know that I'm out here at the park every day living what I preach. I come out here to get fresh air, to get grounded, to hug the tree right there, to play some music, to be with my dogs, to meet other people. This is part of what I do for myself. It's part of my daily ceremony. And I love my precious. Hi, Honey Smith Walls here. I'm host of the Cannabis Truth Podcast, weekly for the past 6 years. But today I'm inviting you to a Facebook group called the Holistic Relief Summit, in hopes that you too will come for the peace and stay for the epiphanies. It's a beautiful space for women to find all kinds of relief from all kinds of suffering. Come join us for free.
Well, hello, I'm Dr. Philip Blair, and I want to introduce you to Honey Smith Walls. And she recently had an experience with beta-caryophyllene.
For years, I've been dealing with lots of arthritis pain and pain from neuropathy that has not been resolved through other prescriptive methods. As an advocate educator in the cannabis industry, I learn lots of interesting information about the compounds within the plants, and one of those turned out to be beta-caryophyllene.
What was your first dose like?
I was gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked. It has given me my future back.
I want to get it out to everybody too. I want to get it out to the whole world, as a matter of fact. It has so many mitigating factors for all the stresses of life and pain and diseases. It is unbelievable the spectrum of care that it can provide.
Daily ceremony. Anyway, this fella that I was talking to about CBD for his puppy, he's got a real bad hip thing going on and a gimpy limp to match it. I could tell that he was really interested in cannabis, but he didn't know anything about it, and he just had all kinds of little bubbling questions, but he didn't know me, and his dog was in a real foul mood. And I've got my little pack out here of 5, and he was nipping at the heels of my dogs, all of them. I was so proud of my pack, though, because they obviously understood the psychological space that particular dog was in, because they gave him space. Shh, go out there and bark. Go on. They gave him space, which I thought was pretty precious, and it was like, they treated him differently than any other dog out here in the yard. Usually they go charging up, screaming in other dogs' faces. Not this one. No, they were very quiet, very reserved, they ducked their head down and let that dog take charge. They got it. There was a lot about that poor little dog. I hope his human really does go home and research. I gave him my card and told him to Google me, and told him that, his source for finding a good CBD product for his pet is really important. And, you just really want to make sure that product is safe, that it's got the compounds in it that you need, hopefully a full spectrum or whole plant product that's got all the compounds in it. You want it to be consistent. You want to know that there's no pesticides and herbicides or fungicides or bat guano in it. You want to take the same precautions for your pet that you would yourself, because you don't want to compound any toxins on top of whatever issue your poor little pet's got. And so he got those points once I mentioned them, and he did say several times he was going to go home and do his research on it and get his old dog some help. So that's another reason why I like coming out here. People just don't know what other options they have. And he did mention that, yeah, he'd seen that limp, and he thought maybe it was just a hip thing or something, but he didn't want to get him started on those heavy prescriptions that just doled his dog out. Yeah. I've known that before too, So, Big Pharma is great for emergency situations when you need it, but, as far as managing pain long term and stuff like that, we've got better alternatives. And I want you all to know that, not just for ourselves, but for our animals too. Aren't you tired of feeling icky and not having energy? Wouldn't you love to have more tolerance for your loved ones? Wouldn't you like to find more energy in your body and not feel so atrophied in your muscles from not moving as much as you should? Wouldn't you like to have inspiration? All of those things come from cannabis. from using it properly, from using it with intention to help whatever suffering issues you have going on. You know, if you need pain relief first thing in the morning, you need to address that with something that's not going to put you to sleep. Teddy, excuse me, could you stop? Thank you. And vice versa. If you need something to help you sleep at night, you don't want to be taking that energy stuff that you took that morning. So there's a lot to consider. And a lot to learn. But, you know, it's like, I tell everybody this all the time. If you can put butter and syrup on pancakes, you can do the alchemy of cannabis. There's a formula for it. And it's not hard, but it does take some fundamental knowledge. You really, really have to understand why you're using this, where you're getting it, if it's really got all the compounds in it from the lab tests that you're going to look at that you need, and none of the bad stuff. That's your assurance that you're getting a good quality product. It's third-party lab test. It's called a certificate of analysis, or third-party lab test, or COA, short for certificate of analysis. But only companies with the intention of keeping you safe as a patient will produce a good third-party lab test. And if you're about to buy a product that does not have a third-party lab test, that COA attached to it, do not buy it. Just don't buy it. There's so many other products out on the market who care about you. And don't buy your products off the street anymore, or at the dollar store, or at a gas station. There are quality companies who care about you as a patient, and this is your health we're talking about, not your taste buds, not your desire to have a piece of chocolate cake, not your desire to have some fun, like, recreational cannabis. That's not what I'm talking about. Don't get me wrong. I love getting high. I don't very often anymore because I'm too dang busy. Oh, guess what? Oh my gosh. My book is on its way to my house right now. The first issue ever. I can't wait. Healing Beyond High. Da, 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 da. Cannabis Truth by Honey Smith Walls. I'm so excited, truly. And I think you're going to be happy to get one, too. I want you to buy one. It's just a little thing, but it's surely going to show you exactly what I've been talking about for this past decade, trying to help people understand cannabis and use it safely and effectively. So also, hey, guess what? There's a lot going on. I've got a summer lecture series, so if you're up in my neck of the woods, you can come see me live at the Healing Sanctuary in Washington, Michigan. If you know, I live in Shelby Township. That's just like, a breath away, 5 minutes away. And if you know the area, it's right in front of Frontier City, which is a great little hub for all things fun, for family, and it's just wonderful up here in Orchard Country. It's gorgeous. And the Healing Sanctuary is a beautiful space that offers all kinds of healing modalities for people, plus education on how to help yourself alternatively feel better in many different ways. So come to the Healing Sanctuary to see my summer lecture series and get to know me personally. It'll be so much fun. Every fourth Saturday from 11 until 1. I'll be there and have special surprises for you too. And there was one other thing. Oh yeah, guess what else is happening? I've got the Holistic Relief Summit happening again, coming up real soon. I'm in the background working all of the CRM, the back-end computer stuff to get all the calendars right, to get all the reminders right, to get all the payment system right, to get everything going, everything that you'll need. If you want to be a speaker, put speaker down in the chat. Oh no, buzz me up on Facebook. Come find me on Facebook. I forgot where I was. I'm in my podcast right here. I got a lot going on. I do this weekly podcast too. Been doing it for 6 years. It's so much fun. I've got some really fabulous guests coming up, and I can't wait for you to meet them too. The Holistic Relief Summit, my Facebook group, is happening soon. So if you want to be a speaker and come share your particular expertise freely to the guests who attend, the attendees come for free, and they get to experience firsthand what it's like to have real support, real mentorship, real help, finding epiphanies that mean so much to only them. Everybody finds an epiphany now and then, and it's different for every single human spirit. Really. I guess that's two things. For every human and every spirit. Anyway, I tell everybody to come for the epiphanies. Come for the, hi honey, come on over to, got friends coming up, to, I can't even remember what I say. Come on over to the Holistic Relief Summit and register for free. It's a Facebook group, and join us. I hang out there a lot and on several other different stages speaking about helping women find womanly cannabis relief. So if you'd like to hang out with me daily, I love getting this loving, gentle support, reminders of how to help ourselves every day. I love Womaning 101 on this planet with my business sisters and all of my fans and audience members who come and hang out with me too, trying to level up, feel better, do better. So I'm going to say goodbye for right now. Thanks so much for hanging out on the Cannabis Truth Podcast, and be sure and find out where you can get my book, Healing Beyond High, Cannabis Truth by Honey Smith Walls. Go chase me down on Facebook. See y'all.
You've been listening to another Cannabis Truth Podcast with 21st century cannabis shaman Honey Smith Walls. Using cannabis mindfully as medication is a different concept in Western healthcare philosophy, specifically over the past century. There's a lot to learn and reconsider. The scientific truth of cannabis is finally getting out and is wide open for all to see at respected medical sites like the National Library of Medicine at pubmed.gov and the Journal of American Medical Association at JAMAnetwork.com. We here at the Cannabis Truth Podcast are right there in the thick of it, alongside the titans of medicine, as a fly on the wall. We are not doctors, nor did we go to medical school, but we have taken dozens of private cannabis courses and still engage in continuing education offered by expert cannabis scientists. Over the past few years, we slowly began to see and understand the bigger picture. Now we hear from people all day long about cannabis. It is so important to use verifiably safe products. The process of getting a diagnosis from your family doctor and taking your records to a cannabis specialist can lead you to the correct cannabinoid therapy for your specific issues. Otherwise, you're simply your own guinea pig looking for answers without the foundational knowledge or ability to determine your best strategy. To find a qualified cannabis expert in your area, visit cannabisclinicians.org. This is a national society of cannabis experts. Look for the link in the show notes. Unless otherwise proven by a reputable third-party lab test, please regard all street weed as contaminated. It may do grave harm to a patient with a delicate immune system who already has inflammatory issues like arthritis, IBS, fibromyalgia, or worse. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you find value and understanding through the conversations you've heard on this podcast.
A quick shout out to Nathan Pierce and Daniel Rome of the 406 Budcast and their brilliant tech goddesses who created what you're about to hear next.
She walked in with wisdom and a fire in her eyes, talking plant truth where the silence lies. From the roots to the bloom, she saw the light. Now she's teaching folks how to heal it right. Not afraid to challenge the tale of lazy myths and a system that failed. She's got science in one hand, stories in the other. Lifts up the voices they tried to smother. Honey knows, honey grows. Truth in the soil and love in the smoke. Speaking for the elders and the ones left behind. She's the shaman of the leaf with a warrior's mind. Yeah, honey knows how the healing flows. From Florida sun to digital waves, she's breaking down fear with every word she says. Cannabis truth, that's her battle cry. For the mamas and papas still scared to try. She ain't selling hype, she's serving facts. Taking big pharma to school with class. With a mic and a mission, she lights the way for the lost and the curious every day. Honey knows, honey grows. Truth in the bud and peace in the dose. Teaching the plant like a sacred art. From the ECS to the beating heart. Yeah, honey knows. Honey healing flows. She's been burned by the system, lifted by the plant, giving voice to the ones who thought they can. A sister, a sage in a world full of smoke.